All right, I think we're live on Facebook. Hi, Facebook. All right, everybody. So I want to introduce the amazing Claudia Bowen. I've had such an honor to connect with you through the amazing, beautiful Bear. And so I wanted to interview you today to share your growth and to share your experience because you've had such an amazing journey. Is there anything you quickly want to share before I spotlight you?
Oh, I'm just really excited and really humbled to be here and sharing my experience today. Only a few months ago, I never would have thought that I would be where I am and that you would want to interview me. So this is super exciting. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Okay, so do you want to quickly, in a one sentence, share with everyone who you are and what you do?
Yeah. So my name's Claudia Bowen. I'm based on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, and I am a feminine embodiment coach and breathwork facilitator.
Okay, so let's get stuck into the questions. Claudia, how would you describe Nina as a person and what's it like to work with her?
So as a person, Nina is super bubbly and hilarious and always a great energy to be around. I always feel very uplifted and inspired when I connect with her. As a coach and to work with, I feel like she is the perfect balance of loving and firm. So she doesn't take any excuses. She doesn't take anyone's shit. However, she's always there to be really encouraging and inspiring. Oh, you're muted.
What were your results in business before you started working with Nina?
So I was a brand new baby to business before I started working with Nina. I had only ever made around $150. Like I was that new, and they were all for one-off services. So yeah, absolute baby.
And since then, what have your how have your results been since then?
So exciting to share. So since then, in my first 6 weeks of working with Nina, I signed on my first 9 clients over 6 weeks, and all over a 3-month period each. So super amazing.
And was that 10 grand worth of sales in the first 6 or 7 weeks?
Yes, over that.
So do you know how much it was? Was it 11 or 12?
I think it was around 12 all up.
12 grand over 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Amazing. So it's like 2 grand a week on average.
Can't believe it still.
How are you feeling about that?
I feel so like I'm definitely still who I am, but so much more expanded into more of who I am, I guess. I feel that it really stretched me and continues to stretch me the more that I take on, but it's really given me the knowing that I can hold more. And then I get to that point and I'm like, oh, I can hold more even still. So that's really exciting. And I know that I'm capable now of holding other people and running my own business.
I love that. And so when you think back initially, what made you decide to work with Nina?
Oh, it was definitely her fiery energy and her conviction in herself and in her story, particularly around her story working in real estate and how she felt initially like, oh, how's anyone gonna want to, how will I ever make a sale when I have all of these sort of perceived imperfections, and really moving through that and realizing that her imperfections were the key to her success. And that's been a really big part of my story as well, because I have a background in performing arts, so perfections were something that also hindered me in that career. So moving into this, I just knew that was a big part of what was going to be my success as well, moving into and embracing my own imperfections.
And you do that so well.
Oh, thanks.
And so thinking back, you know, we always talk about wants and needs in our container. We talk about a shift in awareness within our leads and with our clients. So when you think back to the awareness that you had before we started working together, knowing what you know now, what were your blind spots back then that you didn't know were your blind spots when it comes to your coaching business?
Ooh. My blind spots.
I can rephrase that. What were your blind spots that hindered you growing your business that you weren't aware of before we started working together?
Can you give me some examples of blind spots?
Yeah. So it could be that you didn't know how to sell ethically. You didn't know how to hop on a sales call. You didn't know how to convert. You didn't know some of the things that people do on a sales call that actually sabotages the sale. You didn't know how to price yourself. You didn't know how to reach out to people. They're just a few examples.
It's funny. I feel like pretty much all of those were my blind spots because I was so new. Definitely didn't know how to price myself. That was, I think, the biggest thing and the first thing that I was like, I'm new to this. And my fears were around, you know, like, do I have enough value to give? And therefore, how can I then price myself? And how can I present myself online in a really authentic way to me that didn't feel like, you know, in quote marks, salesy, like I just really wanted to be me. And how could I be me in business? So that was definitely my main blind spots. But to be honest, all of what you just said, even reaching out to people as well, I was like, wasn't sure how to do that in a way that felt good.
And what about now?
Oh, yes, so much more confident. It's an ongoing journey I'm aware of, and I have little things that come up sometimes, but I know how to work through them now and how to trust myself more and take aligned action quickly rather than sitting on it and procrastinating. And yeah, I feel like now I know what I need to do. It's a matter of shifting my mindset to, okay, take the action, and then it just happens.
I'd love to hear your opinion on the balance between taking aligned action within yourself, but also having that mentorship and guidance. How have they both contributed to your success?
Yeah, the mentorship and guidance has just been second to none because it's that constant reminder and the encouragement that I know what I need to do. And that's one of the biggest reasons I love working with Nina, is because I feel so empowered that I've learned what I need to learn. It's just a matter of trusting then that it does work. And the more that I can be myself and trust myself, it's ease and flow. So definitely, like, taking the aligned action is, like, first and foremost crucial, but then also having that accountability piece to go to someone to say, I'm having, you know, these beliefs come up, or whatever it is, and then reinforcing, oh yeah, right, I just need to trust myself. Yeah.
I love that. That leads into my next question. Does Nina's conscious sales method work?
Oh my God, it absolutely works. And it works in a way, like, without any ickiness, like without any awkward trying to make someone do something energy. It's just ease and flow and comes from a place of integrity. So that's the best part.
Okay, so again, thinking back to when we first started working together, what were some of your fears and concerns prior to working with Nina, and how have these been met?
Well, definitely one of my biggest fears was around being too young and not having enough life experience to be able to sell and to be able to be a coach in holistic and spiritual well-being. And I realize now how that was a mindset piece that just came from my brain, which was trying to keep me safe and small and from growing. So moving through that one, my biggest fears.
It could have even been investing. Maybe the fear around the money.
Oh, the fear of investment was huge. I remember I was shaking. I was like on the verge of tears, like, oh, this is the biggest investment I've made in myself. And it was claiming that I am my first sale, and that if I'm not even willing to invest in myself, how could I ever expect anyone else to have that confidence to do that too? So really, well, that was a huge barrier that I shifted through in that moment. And after that, I felt like my world just opened up and the universe started providing. And oh yeah, just the best decision that I've ever made.
I love that so much. So just a few more questions for this interview. What is the Conscious Sales community like? The community with my clients, what's that like?
Everyone's really warm and heart-centered and open-minded, and just everyone understands each other. It's a really beautiful, friendly community. Everyone is very encouraging of each other's journeys, and more often than not, we're all going through similar things at similar times. So it's a really great way to bounce ideas off each other. Yeah, beautiful community.
So what do you think makes Nina and her programs / courses different to other courses that you've invested in, or people or mentors?
I think the main thing that, in my experience, makes Nina's work different to other mentors is that the key to our success as entrepreneurs does come from our imperfections, and really embracing our authenticity, coming from a place of integrity, and yeah, and trusting that when we are our true selves, people can really feel that. So there's no need to learn to put on another mask. For example, we can just fully be ourselves, and yeah, and that's the most amazing way to connect.
I love that. How would you describe Nina's content, from the programs to the courses to the calls?
Super in-depth, super to the point. There's no fluff. It is what it is. And if you follow it, you are sure to make sales and be super successful.
I love that. Okay, and so in your opinion, Claudia, why do you feel Nina is the go-to person in sales for entrepreneurs?
Ooh. Nina's your go-to person because she's so real and so raw, and everything that she teaches, she practices and embodies and resonates on that level. So it really comes back to the humanness piece for me. It's soul-centered and yeah, just really real and open and honest and clear. Yeah.
You're going to love this question. Who is not for Nina?
Ooh. Anyone who is wanting for someone else to do the work for them. Anyone who is in a victim mindset, who doesn't own their shit, who is wanting to make excuses, people who aren't willing to actually do the work, they're just all talk. people who don't fully embody the mission that's on their heart and choose to go for it.
And on the other end of the spectrum, who do you feel is for Nina?
The people who are for Nina are the ones who are wanting to learn about business in a really soul-centered, heart-centered way, and who are open to stepping into something totally new, to step out of their comfort zones and trust the process. And it's like so hard to put this into words because I'm just feeling like the energies of it. Just really warm and open people who are ready to step into their own greatness.
Couple more questions. In your opinion, what has been the biggest benefit so far working with Nina and Institute of Conscious Sales?
I'm going to have to say making a whole heap sales and realizing that I'm capable of running my own business and being successful in that.
And how many times have we increased your price point now? 2 or 3 times?
More than that.
3 or 4?
Yeah, I want to say maybe around 4 times now.
So in the last couple months, we've increased your prices by 4 times.
I can't believe it still.
It's just a reflection of the growth that you've had and where you're at. And so, looking at the massive amount of growth that you've had, to go from making $100 in your business to closing $12,000 worth of sales in 6 weeks. If you hadn't have worked with Nina in Institute of Conscious Sales, how long do you think it would have taken for you to get those results?
It's funny, part of me goes to, I don't know if I would have got these results without it. But look, probably at the very least, 5 years, and probably doing lots of other courses, maybe at smaller investments, but it would have taken longer and it would have been more information and less implementation. So I think to get to the results that I have now and the confidence in myself, at least 5 years.
So has it been a worthwhile investment for you?
It's been the most rewarding investment that I honestly have ever made in my life.
That's so beautiful. That makes me so happy. My heart's happy.
Yeah, so grateful.
So Claudia, second last question. The people who have been watching Nina's content for a while, maybe are sitting on the fence, maybe they're in struggle street, what is a piece of advice that you would say to that person who is sitting on the fence?
Yeah. I would say if you are ready to step into your most authentic self in business and to embrace your imperfections and step into that greatness, to run a business that is deeply aligned and fulfilling, Nina's your girl. 100%, 1,000,000%. You will not be disappointed at all.
I forgot I had more questions. So Claudia, what is possible for you now? You've 10 times your income. What's possible for you now that maybe you didn't realize or you couldn't grasp before?
That possibilities are constantly emerging for me. the more that I do the work and that I step into aligned action, it's really amazing to see that there's always going to be more that I can hold and more that I can step into. And now when I think about my business in the future, I'm not just thinking, oh, won't it be nice when I have a few clients? It's like, what is possible for me now? Like that, it's my whole consciousness is expanded in that way. I don't feel limited by my own, those little beliefs and doubts of, do I have enough value? Can I trust in my tools? Can I hold a strong enough container for other people to really step into their own transformation? Yeah, I'm constantly growing, and I can see that happening in my business too. So the possibilities are endless now.
That's so beautiful. So please, Claudia, tell us again, who are you? Who do you serve? And how can people connect with you?
Amazing. I am Claudia Bowen, based on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. I am a feminine embodiment coach and breathwork facilitator. I'm really deeply passionate about helping inspired individuals to return to the wisdom of their bodies so that they can cultivate a life of depth and richness. And people can reach me on Instagram. I'm at Honest to Goddess, or on Facebook as Claudia Bowen.
And lastly, is there anything else that you would like to say to anybody who's watching or listening?
I would just love for anyone who is listening or watching to just feel my energy, like how much I have grown in such a short time, how exciting it is for me to even be sitting here being interviewed by Nina today is the most like mind-blowing experience that I never could have imagined would be possible for me, being brand new to business, not even 2 months ago. So feel into my energy, feel into that, into yourselves, and get excited, because there are so many possibilities just waiting for you to claim them.
And are there any last words you'd like to say to Nina?
Just thank you so much, Nina. Just from the bottom of my heart, I am so deeply grateful that we found each other and that I trusted that my intuition led me here and I went with it. Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness, everybody. So if you're feeling like you want some breath work, if you're feeling like you'd like some embodiment, please reach out to Claudia. She's phenomenal at what she does. She's literally the embodiment of love. Like, Claudia is just one of the most beautiful people. And Claudia, thank you for being here with me. Thank you for sharing your insights. Thank you for being such a beautiful part of the community and showing up and doing the work. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lots of love.